So I decided to check out the local area. I'm about 40 minutes away from my home, and I am in Mercersburg, Pennsylvania. So let's check out an indoor flea market and some other stuff in Mercersburg. Indoor flea market. Love it. Cool Beatles canvas here. Indoor arcade. Should have brought Lincoln. This would have been nice. Impressive dinosaur collection. That's what I like to read. Let's look at these. Got the Miracle's Greatest Hits. I don't know if I need that. That's kind of cool. We got Tim Weisberg. He's a kind of flute and kind of a funky jazz. That's a maybe. And we've got Jean-Luc Ponty and his On Fire violin. So that looks kind of cool. I don't know. I'll have to look these up on YouTube. This looks promising. Let me flip through here. We have two Elton John classics here that I don't have on album, and they're reasonably priced, so I might pick those up. This is a cool Call of the Wild game color with record player. This thing's pretty cool looking. I have no idea, though, how to get it running. I don't even see a plug for this. I mean, you'd think it's in here somewhere, but how do you run this thing? I mean, it's pretty awesome. If you know how this thing works, let me know. I love that we're listening to this, and in the same booth, we've got like the Hymns of Jesus, Choir Boys of Vienna. It's quite the mix, man. Okay, this booth will haunt my nightmares forever. Don't need it, but super awesome tape deck. Looks like it's in bad shape. The pause button's broken, but those VUs, man. VUs. Having lunch at the cafe here at the flea market. It's nice that they have it here. Kind of quiet little corner. Before leaving out after eating lunch, I found this cool soundtrack called FM on 8-track. It's got a great lineup. It's got Steely Dan, Bob Seger, Fly Like an Eagle by Steve Miller Band, Foreigners, Cold as Ice, Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles, Tom Petty, Just the Way You Are, Do It Again by Steely Dan. You know, just a lot of good stuff on here. Doobie Brothers, James Taylor, Queen's We Will Rock You. This is an awesome soundtrack, so definitely going to pick this one up. Thought I'd stop here and show this beautiful view of the town. So Mercersburg has a really interesting history. I've been reading up on it today while I'm here. And essentially, in the early part of the 1800s, this town became known as Blacktown. And that's because many ex-slaves that had escaped out of slavery in the South came up here to southern Pennsylvania and made it their home. And so it was a primarily African-American or black town. And it stayed that way until about the 1850s, where there became pressure from Southern politicians to have laws put in place nationally where slaves needed to be returned to their owners. The town became overrun by slave hunters, and a lot of the people were either returned to slavery, or a lot of African Americans continued running, and a lot of them settled in Philadelphia. So there's pretty interesting history here when it comes to slavery rights and freedom. For those of you who didn't know, James Buchanan, the 15th president, the president who served right before Abraham Lincoln, was born here in Mercersburg, and this is his monument, and it's part of his state park. James Buchanan does not have the best of reputations because of when he served. You know, he served right as the South started to secede from the Union. He was the president when there was a lot of discord in the country, and most of his critics will say that he didn't do a very good job of unifying the country. It had to be a difficult job, man. Apparently, James Buchanan was a Democrat, and he wasn't necessarily pro-slavery, but he was more sympathetic to the South because he believed in states' rights. And he believed if the states in the South wanted to leave the Union, they had the right to do so, and he believed that Southern slaveholders had the right to hold slaves if it was their legal right to do so, because he believed in the rights of the state. So, yeah, he doesn't have the greatest of reputations today. I still think it's kind of cool to see this. So this monument marks the birthplace of James Buchanan, the 15th President of the United States. He chose to only run one term, and of course the Democrats lost to Abraham Lincoln and the Republicans in the election that led to the Civil War. So an interesting place to visit, and it's really cool to be here. Buchanan loved this river, and I can see why. It's very peaceful and serene. Maybe it's a stream. I don't know, people. It's some sort of water thing. Before I leave town, I found this little antique shop. Let's go in and see what they got. Awesome phonograph. Edison phonograph with a big old painted horn. So a very nice gentleman in there. And I got this Civil War Shelby Foote book. He is one of the people that talks a lot in Ken Burns' Civil War documentary, and I've always wanted to read Shelby Foote, so I have that book. So yeah, it was a really nice day here. It's a quiet, nice little town. Has a nice little park there for the Buchanan birthplace, and it's just really nice to get away from it and see what's in the area. So hopefully you do the same. Show me what's it's looking like around your area, some of the cool stuff you've got. Love to see it. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Bye.